Welcome back to another series of guides for Honor of Kings. In our previous video, we covered the basics of getting started with Honor of Kings and provided a beginner's guide to understanding this MOBA game. Based on community feedback, today's guide will focus on roles and heroes, specifically the highly favored Marksman role. If you'd like to support me in Honor of Kings, you can use my code, which I will also provide in the description. In this guide, we will cover 1. How to play Marksman. Essential tips and strategies for mastering the Marksman role. 2. Top 5 Marksmen in Honor of Kings to push the rank. A rundown of the best marksmen to help you climb the ranks. 3. Best tier list for marksmen in Honor of Kings. An updated tier list to help you choose the most effective marksman in the current meta. Let's begin this guide. You can check out my channel for in-depth gameplay on Jinwo. It's available on YouTube, and the link is in the description. Feel free to hop into my Discord server. I'm on the lookout for a new Discord moderator. The link is right there in the description. Playing a marksman effectively in Honor of Kings Global requires mastering several aspects of the game, from hero selection to in-game mechanics. This in-depth guide will cover everything you need to know to excel as a marksman. 1. Understanding the marksman role. Marksmen are the primary source of sustained physical damage in a team. Your objectives include dealing consistent damage, both in team fights and while sieging objectives, farming efficiently, gaining gold and experience to scale into the late game, staying alive, positioning yourself safely to maximize damage output. 2. Choosing the right marksman. Different marksmen excel in various aspects of the game. Here are a few top picks. Lady Sun. High mobility and burst damage. Excellent for aggressive plays. Direngier. Great crowd control and sustained damage. Versatile and reliable. Gongsun Li. High mobility and outplay potential, but requires skill to master. 3. Early game strategy, laning phase, farming. Focus on last-hitting minions to accumulate gold. Utilize abilities to secure last hits and harass opponents. Harassing. Use your abilities to poke the enemy laner. Balance this with staying safe. Positioning. Stay near your turret when needed and use the bushes for ambushes or to escape. Working with support. Coordination. Communicate with your support to control the lane. Engage when they provide crowd control. Warding. Ensure your support to roam to prevent ganks. Use the map to stay aware of enemy movements. 4. Mid-game strategy. Objectives. Towers and dragons. Focus on taking down towers and securing dragons with your team. Marksmen excel at dealing damage to these objectives. Roaming. Rotate to mid lane or other lanes to assist in fights and push objectives. Team fights. Positioning. Stay in the back line and deal damage while avoiding enemy assassins and crowd control. Kiting. Move while attacking to maintain distance from threats and maximize your damage output. 5. Late game strategy. Prioritizing targets. Squishy targets. Focus on enemy mages and other marksmen. They are typically easier to kill and pose a significant threat. Objective control. Use your high damage to quickly take down objectives like the Dark Slayer and towers. Positioning. Staying alive. Your damage is crucial. Position yourself safely behind your tank and support. Escaping. Save your mobility abilities, like dashes, to escape danger. 6. Itemization. Building the right items is key to maximizing your damage and survivability. Here are some essential items. Eternity Blade increases critical damage. Daybreaker provides attack speed and damage. Shadow Ripper increases the chances for critical damage and attack speed. Mortal Punisher. Life Steal with attack speed, best item for marksmen. Adapt your build based on the enemy team composition. For example, if the enemy has high armor, prioritize armor penetration items. 7. Map awareness. Mini-map. Constantly check the mini-map to track enemy positions and avoid ganks. 8. Team communication. Objective calls. Communicate with your team to secure objectives like dragons, Dark Slayer, and towers. Engagement. Coordinate with your team before engaging in fights. Ensure you have protection from your tanks and supports. 9. Mastering mechanics. Last hitting. Practice. Spend time practicing last hitting in custom games to improve your accuracy. Abilities. Use your abilities to secure last hits on minions, especially under tower. Skill shots. Accuracy. Improve your accuracy with practice. Knowing the range and speed of your abilities is crucial. Combos. Learn the optimal ability combos for your marksman to maximize damage. 10. Watching and learning. Pro players. Watch professional marksman players to learn advanced tactics, positioning, and decision-making. Replays. Review your own games to understand mistakes and areas for improvement. Example: Hero, Breakdown, Lady Sun. Abilities. 1. Passive, Loaded Bullet. Enhances her next basic attack after using an ability. 2. First ability. Fire. Rolls in a direction, enhancing her next basic attack. 3. Second ability. Fireworks. Shoots an explosive projectile that deals damage and slows. 4. Ultimate, Heavy Crossbow. Deals massive damage in an area after a short delay. Playstyle. Early game. Use fire to last hit minions and poke enemies. Position safely and farm efficiently. Mid-game. Rotate to assist in fights, using your mobility to stay safe while dealing damage. Late game. Use Heavy Crossbow to initiate or finish fights. Stay with your team and maintain good positioning. To effectively push your rank as a marksman in Honor of Kings Global, it's essential to choose heroes that offer high impact, versatility, and a relatively straightforward learning curve. Here are some of the best marksmen for climbing the ranks. 1. Lady Sun. Strengths: high mobility. Her first ability, Fire, allows her to roll, enhancing her next basic attack, which helps with both escaping and chasing enemies. Burst damage. Her passive abilities can deliver high burst damage, making her a threat in fights. Scalability. Strong throughout the game, with significant power spikes as she levels and gains items. Playstyle tips. Use her role to reposition during fights, avoiding skill shots and enemy abilities. Focus on last-hitting minions to maximize gold gain and quickly build core items. Participate in team fights by positioning yourself safely to deal maximum damage. 2. Derengier. Strengths: crowd control. His abilities offer a good mix of damage and crowd control, making him effective in both solo and team fights. Sustained damage, high attack speed, and consistent damage output. Versatility. Effective in various phases of the game, offering utility with his crowd control abilities. Playstyle tips. Use his crowd control to peel for yourself and your teammates. Focus on farming early game to build your items. In team fights, stay in the backline and use your crowd control wisely to protect yourself and your allies. 3. Gong Sun Li. Strengths: high mobility, exceptional mobility, allowing her to outplay opponents and reposition easily. Outplay potential. Her abilities provide high outplay potential, making her a rewarding hero for skilled players. Strong damage. Can deal significant damage if played correctly. Playstyle tips. Master her mobility to dodge enemy abilities and reposition during fights. Focus on farming efficiently while looking for opportunities to harass the enemy. In team fights, use your mobility to stay safe and maximize your damage output. 4. Ho Yi. Strengths: high burst damage. His abilities offer significant burst damage, making him a threat to squishy targets. Long range. Can poke enemies from a safe distance, making him difficult to deal with. Objective control. Excellent at taking down objectives with his high damage output. Playstyle tips. Utilize his long-range abilities to poke enemies and secure kills. Focus on farming early game to build your core items quickly. Position yourself safely in team fights to maximize your damage output while staying protected. 5. Huang Zhong. Strengths: late game monster. Extremely powerful in the late game with his turret mode. High damage. Can deal massive damage in a short amount of time when properly positioned. Zone control. His turret mode can control zones effectively during fights. Playstyle tips. Focus on farming and avoiding fights early game to reach your late game power spike. Position your turret strategically in team fights to control areas and deal maximum damage. Stay with your team and use your turret mode to dominate fights and secure objectives. Key general tips for climbing the ranks as a marksman. Farm efficiently. Prioritize last-hitting minions to accumulate gold and experience. Map awareness. Constantly check the mini-map to avoid ganks and know when to rotate. Positioning. Stay in the back line during fights and use your mobility to stay safe. Team coordination. Communicate with your team for objective control and team fights. Itemization. Build the right items based on the game state and enemy composition. By mastering these marksmen and following these tips, you'll be well equipped to push your rank in Honor of Kings Global. Focus on consistent practice and learning from each game to improve your skills and climb the ladder. Creating an accurate tier list for marksmen in Honor of Kings Global involves considering their current performance in the meta, their damage output, mobility, and overall effectiveness in both solo and team play. Here's a detailed tier list for marksmen based on the current meta, S tier, top tier. These marksmen are considered the best due to their high damage output, versatility, and overall impact in the game. Luara, powerful marksman. Strengths: movement speed, burst damage, strong late-game scaling. Playstyle: aggressive, able to deal significant damage and reposition quickly. Lady Sun strengths: high mobility, burst damage, strong late-game scaling. Playstyle: aggressive, able to deal significant damage and reposition quickly. Direnji's strengths: great crowd control, consistent damage output. Playstyle: reliable in various situations, offering both damage and utility. Gongsun Li's strengths: exceptional mobility, high outplay potential. Playstyle: rewarding for skilled players who can utilize her mobility to avoid damage and reposition. A tier, strong picks. These marksmen are strong and reliable choices that perform well in most scenarios. Hu Yi strengths: high burst damage, long-range abilities. Playstyle: effective at poking enemies and securing kills from a safe distance. Marco Polo strengths: good mobility, sustained damage over time. Playstyle: strong in extended fights, can kite enemies effectively. Huang Zhong's strengths: high damage output, especially in late game. Playstyle: dominates team fights with his turret mode, excellent for zoning and dealing sustained damage. B tier, viable picks. These marksmen are viable and can perform well, but may require specific team compositions or situational play. Lu Ban number 7 strengths: high sustained damage, strong laning phase. Playstyle: needs good positioning and support due to low mobility. Garo, farming and equipment. Prioritize farming early in the game to accumulate gold and experience. Focus on getting your core items as soon as possible. Positioning and support. Always stay close to your support teammate to avoid getting ganked. Garo's attacks have a very long range, so positioning is crucial. Maintain a safe distance from enemies while dealing damage. Late game combat. Once you have full items, you can engage in team fights confidently. Coordinate with your team to secure objectives and push lanes. Consort, you are a marksman with excellent wave clear and utility, but she can be challenging to master. Her skill set offers significant benefits to the team, but mastering her abilities takes practice and precision. Choosing the right marksman. When selecting a marksman, consider the following factors: damage, output. How much damage can the marksman deal over time? Mobility. How well can the marksman maneuver around the battlefield? Self-sustain. Can the marksman survive independently, or do they rely on team support? Utility. Does the marksman provide additional benefits to the team, such as crowd control or healing? Conclusion. Selecting the best marksman for your playstyle in Honor of Kings Global depends on your individual skills and preferences. Tier lists are always subject to change based on the current meta, balance patches, and your own playstyle. By considering the factors mentioned, you can choose a marksman that will help you succeed. What's next? Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in the next guide. Subscribe to SoloZag and watch full gameplay videos of different marksmen to understand the guide more thoroughly. Don't forget to use my Honor of Kings partner code to support me. Now, enjoy the gameplay.